As you remember, a few creeds ago, we looked at 1 Timothy 6, talking about the love of money being the root of all evil. You know, it'd be easy to look at that and say, well, then wealth is evil. But if you look at the concluding verses in 1 Timothy, Paul actually comes back to the subject of wealth. And he instructs those who are wealthy or those who are rich. And look what he says. He says, as for the rich in this present age, charge them not to be haughty, nor to set their hopes on the uncertainty of riches, but on God, who richly provides us with everything to enjoy. They are to be good, to be rich in good works, to be generous and ready to share. You know what he says? He says, you know, it's not a bad thing to be rich. If God has given you more than you need, then you need to thank Him for that. You also need to always be on the lookout for those that have less than they need, because more often than not, God gives some more than they need so that they can be used to share with those who have less than they need. However, look what he says. He says, for the rich in this present world, charge them not to be haughty or to set their hopes on the uncertainty of riches. Remember, whether you have money or not money, one thing doesn't change, and that is Christ is your only hope. God is your only hope, and heaven is your only home. You must grab onto that. You can't tie your roots too tight here, because this is not where you're going to live eternity. He says, don't be haughty with your riches, and don't set your hope on riches, because, I mean, like flowering grass, they just fade away. They're here today, they're gone tomorrow. But, he says, be rich in good works, generous and ready to share, and store up treasure for themselves as a good foundation for the future. What he's saying is this, that if you have more than you need, look around and understand that there are those who have less, and you need to be generous, always ready to share, always ready to give from the surplus of what God has given you. Why? Because God in Christ gave His Son for you that you might be saved. And therefore He says, just as I gave everything for your salvation, I'm asking you to take